So third video tonight, April 25th again. Let's see. So I was talking about let's see if I can wrap up some of these thoughts. I'm asking, why is Rich Road and Sharon Road not doing this work for themselves? Why are they making me a party to your misuse of your obvious wealth and hyphenated health? You're not healing all, TH. You are not doing this work for yourself to relate. You have called me in to supplement your mistake. You don't actually care about your I want to say that at least Sharon, her bend is religion, I would suggest, and she also believes in the law. So you're not doing your work, you're not thinking it through, and you want me to hold me accountable 2 by 2 for merely being among you. So I don't understand how that works into your religion of you believe in Jesus Christ, but you wouldn't provide an honest DEWE. Even do with you. Honestly. So you're not providing that. You're not doing real work in real time, and yet you self-righteously think you supplied. You're living in the same context to get by, to tag and ag and get by. So I, try to nail this coffin down. You're making me a party to your misuse, and that makes you feel love. That just informs me you're doffed and you're a sheep and don't desire. And you buy in religion to falsify the glove of love to go of. And I really don't have a whole lot to add to that, except that I need to contend with your witness, -t, that you lent with every L-B-EN-T, toft that heart, he a route, put your hyphens in there, fact, heartifact. It's hyphenated. So, and Sharon believes in that hyphen, and you are that hyphen, Rich. So, again, we are here. Check my previous videos of crossing the Delaware. There is no reason I would be here leading you on if I knew you were doffed and that the sheep didn't desire. Because I've already stated it time and time again. I left the church precisely because I was paid attention to. And I find no honor in leading a flock of sheep. Find no honor in leading a flock of sheep. That's why I left going to church. Because the sheep for once in their life saw me and I couldn't stand it. I'm not fucking leading you. Fuck that hat. I sat beside you and what did you do? Oh, she's odd. She's the odd one out because I'm answering all your questions that are in the book. No way. So there's no way that I would put myself out if I knew you were stupid and didn't desire. So this is where we are. I get your hyphenated hat. I get to deal now with your witness -t, you bent -tat and hat. And what else? It makes no sense to have me provide love for you that you're not willing to make for yourself. It is simply demonstrating to me that your main value and your priority of value is your hyphenated with health and wealth -d. Okay, that h-d is your current estate and your just state and guest state. It's all hyphenated. And it is not an accurate desire or reason to conspire to use someone to stipulate that you would desire when you don't desire and you haven't desired. You can't conspire, you can't consire, and your desire is there's no desire. You do not have desire. You can only speak of a desire with no treason as long as you do not make anyone honest and follow through with you even. So I was talking about fact the H, fate the H, your faith. I'm doing that. You are welcome to do as I do. Create a framework and fretwork of your own apparent volition, no money and no support, and you lose support by putting it out there in the marketplace. So go ahead if you think you have something to contribute that you thought to of two, even through, you know, where your viability is apparently at stake, even to wear it as the current estate, that would be the trait. I'm suggesting fact H, fate H, your faith, and that your belief in God, in law-st, requires no actual faith. You're simply facting hyphenated H and fate H with your present, prescient, client, tooth, your, jest, and guest, you hyphen state. That you would pass a doft as doft's test state to toft, that toft supplied his pate with you providing his said, and his paid, he gets spade, thief end. Tool lend and tool bend. So this is what I can get from you, Rich wrote and Sharon wrote. You fucked the buck. It's hyphenated. Your witness is also hyphenated. So congratulations again on number one, never doing your job, even. Number one, not desiring, even. Desiring to be a thief end, but you're stupid and still can't conspire, nor do you desire. So you're the perfect match, as far as I'm concerned. What I'm going to leave you with, again, is your shame that you've actually, this year, without hyphens, you have earned. And your ear has earned because I have spoken directly on you. No different than your image speaks on me as a single shingle when you are not committed to anything in follow through. Legitimately, leg, the IT, the time, to the meat, to the 8. To eat time, to relate. You have not provided that estate. That is clearly my estate. And my 1 on 0, I'm the dime, and I'm the prime mover in time. You, in time, are made up. To be seen -in -d. To scup and sup hyphenated t. Sup up, it's this way. s-c-u-p-t. Thievenly. Vend, the venerable hyphenated land. So I was talking about it's obvious I can't sell consciousness in the marketplace. And from this I derive that no product of value, there's no reason to add a product of anything that hasn't been brought 2 by 2. So honestly, even through. So if you can't sell consciousness and follow through, what are you left with but the vain image of what would be 2 by 2? What we can see on Rich Rote's end and House Industries and Sharon Rote, the lovely buttercup that's hyphenated, is that you're just tooling an image of refinement. You couldn't care any less -t. Or any more -t. And yet you languish in your lack of love, and you're not doing the real work. You're making me, because I question. I have the present prescience and pre-client of mind to do so even, and not thiefend. And you hold me accountable in time to pate you to continue to be thiefend. You're not speaking one-on-one, and that's not my problem or my blemish. So is it harassment to pull the wool off of the thief and say, look at yourself, actually. You're not providing for a relationship you do not care to. Go consult Detective Smith. Did not do a thorough investigation. He only cares to part W-ID with TH-D. To endow it again. In his behalf and behalf, thiefend. So I was talking about by my own rendition of not being vain, V-A-I-N, or being vain, V-E-I-N, by my own rendition of being vain in rendition, even brain, brain for the date of completion to me. So it's kind of interesting. With all you men in the framework of the Bible, not one of you are present among me and among the means that seeked KT, the night. To be the trial balance. To be AD, to be AD, to bed. So what else? You're all fucked up in Delaware. It's hyphenated F-UC-B-UC-T. Your trial balance is hyphenated. You can write on me harassment and a warrant for my arrest, all you WAN-T. But I'm going to wear your name till the end of my time and beyond. Because you didn't care, actually. And for you to start carrying, you're going to have to think of the overhead that is fictional, your word as your desire, which is fictional, your g-e-d hyphen, which is fictional, what you're protecting, fictional, your emotions of value, fictional. You did not care, you did not sell love there. To the hair, H-E-I-R, much less here. Didn't happen. What else? You're not rational. You cannot unpack consciousness. You only look rational in your stability and stable table by squatting on women and nature. You do not desire, and you're not spiritual. You can't conspire, you can't consire. You do not, indelibly do not desire. And I don't know where that leaves you standing, whether you believe in God or not. Where does that leave you standing in a relationship? You never sought, taught, or brought. And do not seek except to desert the premise. Unique. Unique doffmanship. I can't be seen. If I lie and lean as my law-st sub and stub necessity would have me b-r-ing bring and ring in text exceptionally So I'll figure this out, see if we can't arrange this so if I don't ever go to Delaware, you know, that's good enough. Because I've already made my mind up. You're a stupid doft. You're toft, but you're wearing the doft hat, and that's the way that goes. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you want to. But as far as I can tell, with what I can see, given time on the line, lie on the line. Lie on the lamb. The lamb lays down with the what is that? How does it go? Lie on the lamb. Lamb on the line. The lion lays down with the lamb. The lie on. Put your hyphens in that. Lie hyphen on. Lays dow hyphen down hyphen o hyphen w. Now with the lamb. L-A-M. Love A-M. The person you put on the lamb, you're constantly misplacing because there's nowhere honestly to land because you're buying up the land. Okay? And the tin and the hinge where you put, you can speak where you put your money is what it basically comes down to. And I'm aware of that. That's why I can see you're thieving 2 by 2. You're not necessary to virtue. And that's where I'm going to leave you. So, judge in Delaware, I'll be giving you a call at the courthouse. I'm not interested in these two. And I'm not interested in being put out for you lacking virtue. Is what it comes down to. So it will cause me I would not shed a tear if I never went back to Delaware and left Rich Rote with his fictional hair, H-E-I-R-D. Her doffed there, -D. That's fine, and that seems fair. You're determining what you want, and I'm not going to stand in the way of that fictional hat. You can have it. I'm simply going to stand for the fact that you present an image that you do not actually care to inhabit. And I do think that's fair for all the milking, because you're not the only one that's milking. You're not the only one. So, you know, if I use you to my credit, maybe the next person won't think to milk on me too. I think with every, you know, I was trying to analyze the dynamics. There's something when you meet and greet, you take. You give and you take. You rise to the challenge. And if you don't rise, there's going to be someone who's going to, you know what I mean? There's a takeaway. There's always a takeaway. And I wasn't trying to set up a dynamic where I would take your apparent value away because I thought it was real. Okay? We are not there anymore. Okay? Your actions, for no reason, have a read on them as to direction, fifend. And I get that. But prior to getting that, I was already willing to part with. So again, it's your misread by your lack of desire and your own lack of faith that you would pretend to sup and supersede. And what else? I get to keep marketing on you, and you could keep holding your little shape-shifting font-making seminars for no reason of those who want to believe in your r.00-f-t. We're getting at, is it fair of me to think of follow-through? I say, who's asking 2 by 2? The only person here, an organization asking 2 by 2 is 2 by 2, the lost. The law-st and all its adjunct-t. Junctoft, that he would add doft and keep this cycle perpetually. So, and in the name of God, as if you could conspire spirit and conceive it even abroad. What else? Yeah. So I'm not interested in your chick, dick, etc. Dick toff of that. It is ironic that I went to Delaware to present a triad approach. I thought I had the answer, and I thought I had the presence to wear the care, and I wanted to give that to you in person. That's why I didn't leave a note on your house. I wanted to give it to you in person. That's why I leaned out the car saying, got 3 cars here, you're hiding. Pretty much I let you know you would be when I called. I'm coming over after house. Give you a message. You can hide, okay? I'm coming over. So, no, I wouldn't show my face unless I had value. Seriously, you have no empathy for your Savior. Whether it's me or your Christ, okay, you would kill him every time with your skilled doft, tine, and line. T-L-line-D. So I really don't know what to do with your value or evalue, except like, I need to get past this. You're still going to wear it because it's going to be apparent on my frame, but I do not care about you. I do not care about you. What you think, what you feel, what you do. Your glossy image you steal from the face of real value. You know? And it is honestly my right not to care. You are gluing me, G-L-E-W-E, gluing and glue-D, lewd. You're gluing me to a hyphenated manufacturing. Where only malfeasance, it has the option to -add inherently. And sorry, I'm getting very thirsty. I'm talking for a while. No, there's no hope for you. I do not want you. I do not want you. And quite frankly, if you think that you want to now, and that includes me, I have to say I'm not interested. You would need to go to your court and judge, etc., and you need to explain the situation. Heathen, not thief-end. You need to undo your fiction, and you need to undo it. I'm tired of you milking me to keep throwing me under the h0-st. The bust. That I would milk Doff perpetually thinking that, well, I just need to bring him up. Nope. You being doffed is your own account. You don't get to be doffed on my account. Interesting. By, B-L-E. By is to, B, L-E. Language engineering. Separately, L, the right angle to love, E, every yet thing. In every yet thing is T, parentheses H-I-N-N-G-E. Your tin, your money, your hinge, in time for completion, and your thing, and your ting. The sound you make when glasses sing. None of you are necessary to the means that seeked 2 by 2 and can't find one among you. Okay? Otherwise, you would have a story, an intention as my own. You would be doing the same thing. Why? This is my test state. This is my living will. Okay? It can't be S-T-E-A-L-L-D. And you can't say you F-E-E-L-D, that you field the date, feed, or fed it, or feel. Or feel low road, LD, low road. You can't say that. It's obvious. So I'll just continue doing what I'm doing, and we'll just gather more honest witness. While you, W-I-L-E, keep pursuing. 2 by 2. Let's see. Why are you expressing love? It's not for me. You really think you're going to make a profit off of me? To shovel your bullshit? I have to shovel your bullshit because you're not capable of doing it yourself. Well, I have to say, it does not feel like love on my end that you make me shovel your bullshit that you're not capable of shoveling yourself. Oh, just surprise me with something honest tomorrow. The court in Delaware. Surprise me with something honest that you can configure. In that you've already placed your hyphenated hat to repair -d to r.00-p-air-d to rep and reap. Pair. -d. You can't present me with anything honest. It would be a miracle. That would be a miracle. Oh my God. Court toft that he ad doft. I do not expect a miracle coming from your residence. No, you think that's going to get me? You think you're going to sprout a miracle out of your ass? You think you could do it without me? How about that? How about that for a miracle? Why don't you go back and fucking do it without me? You couldn't have. So just keep that in mind, Sharon, if you think you're going to be married on my dime. No. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. You're not going to make me shovel your shit. Desert Grace and lean a hyphenated present client to witness -t to further tax me for you not doing your own work in the first place, not caring radically, caring only to bitch and moan and to divest your interest, to be seen and to cast the first stone, and call that love. You're making me do your work that you cast off that he would add doffed. Your whole network is shirk and jerk. And there's nothing about that is love. I'm doing my work to extricate myself from your shirk and jerk. Do I know well enough? I do know well enough not to believe in what you can offer. If you're going to keep giving me shit when I give you time, I'm not going to give you time, because I'm here now. I have brought my single shingle to the marketplace. I brought my HF, my half face, to relate. You haven't. That's also why I showed up in person. I brought the single shingle. You must deliberate in person or person. And you calling the cops is for harassment is enough to inform me that your core is doffed and your sheep do not desire. Well, what I'm excited about that is now I can fucking read better across the board. And I'm fine with that trade doff, D-O-F-F. Take an article, an item of clothing off. May I suggest your hat, your H-at. I do that myself. So it has provided me, I can read better across the board. I'm not sad that your illusion has not added. I need truth to be able to work with truth. I need truth because that is the medium I construct reality with. There's a reason I seek IT. I seek it. I seek KT in reflection. Why? Because I desire to relate, actually. Not instigate a farce and drama to then mitigate my ass that I largest and justly shat a hyphenated hat at. E-W-E. Your hat hates the you. I'm just letting you know, one-on-one, if you would be the 2x2, but you're not. I am, to me. I do not get anything out of, you're not seeing the significance of working this, following it, facting it, fate and faith on my own, and being willing to share and do the work, and then you shat a hyphenated hat at you. You hate the you. And I'm fine with that knowledge, particularly that I've got my back as my own past, my own rep and reap past. It's all right in front of you and anyone that wants to. I'm fine with that. That is a fair trade doff, D-O-F-F. That is a fair trade doff. I got truth. And I know what I can work with and with what I should not. And I know why I should not. You're not rational, except that you look stable table because you squat on women that are able. You do not desire. You are not spiritual. Fact H, fate H. You're not doing it at the same time to relate. You can't conspire, you can't sire. If you don't even believe in God and Christ, you don't believe in relationships, so you're not nice. You have nothing to give. You have nothing. You have have, and haven, D, haven named and damed. If the dame doesn't have an honest name, either does your God-forsaking frame. By rights, you believe God mated with someone, but you're not providing some meta, ETA, O on one, metatone, met at T, a time for completion to add a tone. Okay, so again, the rights people are not speaking one-on-one. All you have is one-on-one. And your law-st is a replacement for the artifact that never was. Present, prescient, client, even, do of. So, what else? I'm not interested in your cast tone. You've already done that, and I'm not interested in it. I'm not interested in affording you an opportunity to fucking abuse me again. I tell you why. It's because I'm not stupid. That's it. That's the end. Okay? After 3 years of what I have approached you with, and through you, okay, and intoned through you, and when I finally present my face, you throw malfeasance at me because you don't give an honest trace to what I have presented you. And that is enough fact for me to say, I'm done with you. I'm not interested in you. I'm not going to be to you, a toy to you, because that's how you regard your wife, thieving through. And that is what I can count on you, YE-WE-D-EWE do with -D. Dudes. Dudes-pursue-T. To you. T to you. I can count on that. So we're going to keep that way. The only honest grace I get now is I'm seen for my value and you're seen for your sham. Even prow-T. That you're leading it. You're leading a sham. P-R-O-W-E. Put your hyphens in there liberally. -T. So that's where I am. And I'm thankful. I am thankful. I was willing to put myself psychologically bare and barren on a limb to fact H and fate H. And I got feedback. And what's gracious is I have my back, and it's in black. And it's love as a fact. And you don't have that. And that's not my fault. And your harassment is on everyone. You would d-fall-t. Why? Because that's who you are. So I have learned, I have been titted, I have been set up with the guile of a religion to think of others, even among the thiefens. So, one tally for me, I'm less naive in that capacity. And what else? Yeah, you know, I don't see a chance of ever incurring a need or desire for follow through. And it's not just that I'm comfortable that I know that you're doffed and that's what you can give 2 by 2 and resort to. It's really about, I don't care about any apology you can forge. And because the present was liberally afforded. So I don't want an apology. That would mean I would have to afford you my pity. And I do not have any a face to make, so I'm certainly not going to afford the charity of pity for your mistake and take. I don't see you as any necessary value for me. What I see is that I looked into your glossy reflection that was polished and was beautiful and did not actually provide beauty. And what I'm getting from that, the bottom line, is that I am my beauty, and I am my truth, and I am my 1 and 0. I am my dime, prime and dime to proof. Proof of roof. Even do with you. Your man's frame is now constantly in question because you're hyphenated and lame-brained with the same vain rendition to hyphenate mistake and take that she would eat off Doff's plate, and you would make her pay Doff to stay in a Doff testate. To hyphenate relate. So you're constantly in question now, and we're going forward that way, even proud. This is not something I sought from you to compete. I was not seeking to take value from you. I thought you were what you represented. And I think that's very beguiling, that this labor of love of several years has had no effect on you in your orientation 2 by 2. So let's talk about your Christ. You never gave your Christ a mate. And for people that stand for completion, right here, hey Delaware, check out my Patreon page. I don't get paid for consciousness. You might want to think about that. If you believe in your Christ, you're not feeding anyone to relate off the same plate and pate in the same time that would mitigate. If there was a Christ in your law-st, I would not be going to court for harassment. This would be a different world and a different Tao, actually. But it's your dactyl efforts doffed to toot toft. You put your writing hyphenated, that I would stand to be milked doffed, that you set up. So again, Delaware, as an example, you're in arrears of fair air, fair square, and fair query right here. If you want to see me be nice, stop frustrating my efforts for being real, even still, even T.I. Contract LL. Present, prescient, client in mind. To STELL. Sell and tell. All I find is my own dime. Think go odd, I write to me. Even. This is not harassment when your court does not provide anyone. When you put an image of being present and aware, and you feed me verbiage and words to stare and cite your HEIR without care, that is harassment. Your image, for no reason, is harassment thiefent. You are SCENE-INN. That is a sin. Your image is not a shallow read of content, of positive space and negative space of equal value. You are not innocent. You know better. And you part no width in honestly carrying together. So for me, my position as a single female is the most gracious position I can take. You people that are making children are making a mistake and take. Hyphenated all the way. You're not creating an honest ID, and nor can you feed an honest ID. You can't afford a dime in your name. Thus, my Patreon website comes with a bank seed account, SEAD. You pay me, I give you the value of an honest zero in reflection with your name. You can't do it, can you? So stop being profane about a Christ you would have, and haven, vend, and dow. DOWEIT. Again. It's just a vain game. Game. It's hyphenated. It's about control. It's not about love. It's about stability for no reason to go of. To glove, it's hyphenated G-L-O-V-E. Gov and glove. And love. Your governing is not magnanimous. It's not enlightened. You don't give an honest fuck. Right, Governor LePage? So, what else? I mean, think about it. You can't do this. You can't do my work. I'm doing your work for you. You're speaking of a value that you would abort on site. Because that's your present prescient client you have in mind that feeds you to think of your hind. And it's malfeasant all the time. I don't know that there was a Christ. I don't know that there isn't. I tend to believe there was not. I think this stuff is made up and dupe to pet Toft. Put your hyphens, M-A-I-D hyphen U-P-E, dupe. That means stupid, stupid so that you like me for no reason. Find me equally C-H-arming, charming for no reason. That way we can be comfortable, thiefens. And calm, that's to make your noise. Comfort. Oh, see, I would have paved. No, you can't say that. Whether you believe in Christ or not, this is what you have. You don't care to relate. And you only care to make a thief and mistake. Detective Smith. Doft late. What else? Let's see. Yeah, the honest consort. I need to be doing things just for me. Now, the difference between me doing things just for me is it is apparent nobody cares about me. So I'm not contriving anything on top of anything that would have me. Rich Rote has an overhead that he honestly can't justify in a business, and a partner in his home, and a partner in his house, and employees, and they're adding product on top of consciousness-t, and they are sufficiently satisfied with that premise -t. And that is not my fault. Neither is it my fault that you are using me much like calling a religion, okay? yet you do not care to follow through. Like I said before, the trial balance would be different if there was one HEIR among you. But there isn't, okay? So you leave me a man down and a leg down in your competitive marketplace for no reason, to not ever actually care to relate, much less relate, except defend. I imagine, whether you believe in God or not, or Christ, there's going to be a lot less fucking around, and a lot less negativity and seeing through your nice that you sliced doffed to think twice. Among other things, but I think that's going to be interesting. I think that you getting laid, I think men getting laid is now going to be seen along the lines of, well, you have to seek someone who's as stupid as yourself. That's important to your wealth and health. And what else? People that live to make shit up, hyphenated, as they sup, ass sup. And what else? Well, how could it be any other way? You're creating a spectacle, you know? Look at my big boobs. Oh, you can hear me when I speak now? All I want to hear from you is that you see me. You see me well. Great. I love that. Oh, you want to take me out to dinner? Oh, that's great. Oh, and you're paying? Oh, super. Yes, can you put a font on Agent Provocateur clothing line? Can we use your font, please, as the fountain of our head? Can you use an image of a woman barely dressed in your advertising lens? Oh, you can? We will pay you dearly for it. And then you could go to Germany and you, oh no, where was it? Was it Germany that you bought a prostitute, Rich wrote, for your friend who didn't have one, even? This video is online. Look it up. Rich is being asked about Manuela, a prostitute he bought for his friend. And he thanked the enlightenment that was in that country that allows him to use his money as he feels for his dildo. Every dildo should be able to have a prosperous dream of an illusion of every nail sun evenly. Oh, I'm doing a little resorting and juggling. What else have I got in here? I can spell. Watch. A-T-T-I-C. Thank God, God gave me a visual. To see. I can spell for me. What else? Let's check in on your health, right? How's Manuela, Rich? Have you cared to follow through, or was giving her your money for no reason to enough for you to feel you have follow through in all your virtue? I'm going to find that video and I'm going to put it on the Rich Wrote website. I'm not making shit up. So you will pay a prostitute for sex, but you will not pay someone who is X to see X. Just saying. Correct me if I'm wrong, or is that considered harassment if you correct me if I'm wrong? I've got an open mind here. I'm seeking answers all the time. I don't want your beauty, I don't want your health or your wealth. You fucked it, and I'm not interested in what you have to sell or tell at this point. I extended myself far too well to accept anything less than my presence among you, and you shit on it, and you drawed more encumbrance into it, and I will seek my own penance in terms of you get to wear your shame and I get to wear my frame without a thief end. I am okay with the trade-off. DOFF. I have fact my age and fate my age, faith, all the time already before I ever met you, and it will continue. STHEAD. HEYED and EYEID. The EID is feast, and it's also an oath. I consider the feast FEASST, of the feet. I don't need anyone at my party. That's what you don't understand. You think that you'll keep throwing malfeasant shit at me and I'll keep coming for you? Even? No, I won't. Because you're a thief because you're afraid of being alone. And I'm not afraid of being alone. I am all one. I'm not afraid of being alone. I would prefer the visual of being alone if that's all you've got to offer is a fraction doffed. I would rather the vision rings true. So I'm not, you're not feeding me a lie by being present. If you're not being present to contribute and to complete and to earn an honest H, rather, on the ladder, every rung, I do not understand your effort to be seen. I really don't. It's to matriculate being obscene. And that's vanity. You don't care to relate. You do not have the capacity to desire. So you're a disease. You're a cancer. C-answer. Answer doffed. I don't want anything to do with you. You have shown me what you are at your core. When I can present myself, you're not thinking of me. I would not give you my face and my presence if I honor this relationship. I would not give it unless I had something to give in person, and I thought I had resolved it down to that. Not just between me and Rich, but a triad with Sharon. Okay? So I was coming to relate that at the very least. The other is not knowing what stance I would be getting into, but being open to either way it went, was to honor the fact my H is present. My H is present in the marketplace, so I can stand where I'm at. So it's rather ignoble that I have bought your font. It does nothing for me in the marketplace. You marked Toft, and I am constantly misread. If I use it for my X and O reuse and recycle marks, I look as if I have a quaint hobby that's not very serious, aka not necessary. And then if I fortify it with my presence of mind, you can't fit me in your hyphenated tin, tine, and hind. So again, I misplaced on account that I actually rate and relate, and no jacked off, particularly you religious ones, can't seem to see grace when it's standing right in front of your face. So I am misplaced for being quaint with a hobby you see as unnecessary according to your made-up scene to carry a gun and not reason even, and dow with war and call that it's for the air, H-E-I-R, that you would restore. You only restore that you, the fact to act, you don't care. You don't care right here. So you're making up being seen and to be a stag on a stage that's hyphenated. And that's how you all relate and all fall, -T. And I know that as well. That's my lever, L-E-V-E-R. So, what else? You don't stand on one. I have a stag stage for anyone that wants someone. The only thing that would compel you to be in unison would be that you desire your desire as reason in life even. Your desire is not enough. Those are false emotions if you do not care to know what's necessary in follow through even too. Your emotions are not enough. They're made, dupe, and dupe to get through, called true. Rue into. Your logic is misplaced on falsified stability to trace no air among you that can relate honestly in place. So you're not rational, you cannot impact consciousness, and your organizations of follow-through cannot undo your competition that you parted with 2 by 2. You can't undo it. Otherwise, you'd say, we are sorry. We did an investigation. We see you are even like us. Please disregard this in trust. That's not going to happen. Or be a miracle, prove a miracle, but you calling me to Delaware again, fuck it. I'll go there and I'll take names. That's the way we go. Even. We go odd and ode even. My ego. W-E-G-O-D, outer diameter, E, vain. And venerable. Venerable to the land. Ven, the dB, decibels, be brained and reigned. So really, I'm not at a loss here, even if I get to go to Delaware back and forth. I'm not at a loss, but you're not going to claim value on my retort. My value was already here. I would not have to do your work if you were present. You keep deserting the present, prescient client. And I'm not here to recoup that for you. I do not have an interest in you anymore, Rich wrote. You get to keep your lack of virtue as your t-rope-d doffed. Trope and roped doffed, that he would toot toft, that you would bring more trope and rope doffed, and you would set yourself at the top. -t. Like I said, I'm not looking, there's no apology you can make with the time that I put in well in advance of what I stand for. I don't understand. I'm not getting paid for this, so it's not for my wealth or health. I ingestate, thought you needed a hand. So you could spit on it, spit spite, and you won't get a hand again. That's the way that goes. Because I'm not stupid. You have no empathy for your Christ. And by that, I don't mean me, because I don't believe in Christ. But I do believe in being my word even. But I can assure you, you do have no empathy for your Christ, because you're not seeing it from the Savior's point of view. That's why you can't conspire or consire. And your desire is, your sheep don't desire. This is all just, it's a contrivance to think that you would sire, but you wouldn't. I'm living evidence. Bipartisan, nonpartisan. I'm simply my word. And I know what my word means. And I've engineered a frame to recoup my time evenly. You can't say that I don't have brains when I engineered a frame as time that is my art, a route that I can remark in. And legally you can't touch. Because you didn't bring the time. Because you aren't the time, and you do not part with the time. And I can show that now in parallax. So you can't say I'm doffed. Doffed can't claim he brought. And Toft has not ever paid me for any consciousness. Now, what's interesting is, well, Toft's a mockery. You don't have expression as Toft. I'm not interested. I've already said it before. I tried to cross the Delaware to impart a value presently, presciently, and as the pre-client that I would be. I would speak this value one-on-one with my face, because I could face it and found a way. And that I could conceive a follow-through, which would have equanimity. It just needed to start. The hexagon without hyphens. It needed to start. And I'm not doing it with you. Bottom line, I'm not doing it with you. And bottom line, I don't care if I ever do it with anyone. I'm doing it with me and even two, and that is sufficient in the sense that it's a parallax, so I'm still contributing because we can see hyphen T hyphen HE hyphen. We can see the het with hyphens. We can see and see that you don't give an honest fuck, and your trial balance didn't come from an honest buck. So you're vetting hyphens, that's all. What else? Let's see, what else? Yeah, I mean, personally, you can't persecute me if I don't continue, right? Well, you can't go on inconceivable value if I don't. That's why I'm trying to presage ending it. I don't want your scope of a rope-a-dope where you're at the other end going, hey. I'm like this, no thank you. You wag that thing as much as you want, I don't care. Here's the thing, you can't, if I drop your line, you can't continue believing in the possibility. And honestly, I'm fine. I'm fine and fine. So I am advocating my desire to drop your trope rope doft. You can wag it as much as you want. I do not care. Because I know the limit and capacity of what you can rot. Oh, did that sound like R.0-t? Yeah, it did. And that's all you can bring. So, what else? I'm not doing your work anymore that you too don't honestly desire to do for yourself. And that's where we are going to leave my health with health and wealth. Heal all, h0-d. The head, the high definition, heave end. It doesn't matter if anyone doesn't show up. All I'm illustrating is that you're all thief ends. And am I amiss? Am I missing out on some fictional party of celebration to dress up with? I'm not, and I'm honestly thankful. If it's not real, this is not something I could honestly work with. So why spin my wheels? The only reason we got to this point is because you hid. And that caused me to have a belief in you. But I don't have a belief in you anymore. When my single shingle is in the marketplace and you do nothing but abort. You deserted the desert that you enforced. And I cannot find any sustaining grace to want to give you more.